Before I get into it, I want to say this. Don't be a divisive turquoise weasel who stows one arguments like squirrel carcasses and has a timer on a piano for when it's time to rock. These people make me want to calculate the volume of every Methodist steeple in the Metroplex. But anyway, when I have lucid dreams, I have the tendency to become maniacal and accusatory against the dream world and the characters in the dream. The other night I asked a dream lady the date and the year and used her nonsense responses to ridicule her. I even told her to go fuck herself. If, in the dream, I had successfully made a bazooka appear in my hands, I would have blown her shop into rubble. I wasn't able to acquire the weapon, only think of it. Right then and there I acknowledged the limitations of my lucidity. It's like I'm a true believer. But I want those dream characters to rend their cloaks. I want them to weep puddles upon hearing my exploits against the dream. In real life, I want to be the one weeping. I want someone to ask me the date so I can just say toast or whatever. A foot in a basket on your front porch isn't cause for alarm. Your female cousin turning around and looking at you with a mustache isn't either. What's cause for alarm is sitting and thinking for a few hours about what crazy means. Because you might end up realizing that crazy isn't a little kid who's just had a Mountain Dew. Crazy isn't turning up at the club. It's a little more twitchy-eyed, a little more fire coming out of the butt. There's a little more sending of blank letters involved. Febreze in the mailbox. People ask for raises the wrong way. They'll get some new license or certification, or they'll go long enough without a raise and kind of approach the boss with their hands in their pockets and say, hey, you think I get a raise? I'll tell you how it's really done. I rented this office for a couple of days and just taped a bunch of pink felt shit to the wall. Or I guess it was like this woolly, cottony type shit. I don't even know. Basically cotton candy, but not edible. Fuck if I know. It was all out of these boxes my mom had for decorating stuff. So I call my boss in there and I have one slice of ham sitting on the table. We place the chessboard over the ham, and I let him absolutely humiliate me in chess. I cry, I play some dad rock on an acoustic guitar, the lights dim, the spirits envelop him as he floats and bumps his head on the ceiling. Long story short, yours truly gets cut a little more cheese. I'm cleaning bathrooms with that money. I'm amending the Constitution with that money. I'm making a video game with that money. It's called Guitar Heretic 12. Merrier and the dazzling cinnamon renegades of Kentucky give a backstage pass to Western unfriendly world leaders. They say seeing a movie is not a good first date idea, but I'll tell you what is a good first date. Shooting hoops at 2 a.m. in downtown Dallas while reciting the Declaration of Independence in Swahili, followed by a ripstick session down the sidewalk while discussing the difference between seeing a movie and watching a movie. That's not suggestive, it's actually an English language topic I love ranting about. But let's just say the night ended well. I'm not depressed, I've never been diagnosed with depression, and I think there's a lot to the depressed experience that I don't know well enough to fully empathize with people who suffer from profound depression. The central thing that convinces me that I am able to somewhat empathize with them are the handful of times I've glanced over the edge. I feel able to empathize with those who stage coups, because I staged a coup in a Facebook group in middle school. Love you, Kelvin.